What are you doing, Lenny? Are you okay, Lenny? Has someone captured you, Lenny? It's me, Lenny, your pal Al. You can speak with me in confidence. Lenny.
Also min بخوشه بیش از بش آخ بناشنه بش آرش بیش خواهش.
Lenny, who are your captors? The only reason I know you're not captive is because of that very nice ceiling fan and the what do you call it? Where the wall meets the ceiling and the floor meets the wall. Fuck is the term for that? I'm not a homeowner, so I'm not familiar with all these terms.
It's the moldings, Alex.
The moldings. I'm pooping.
This is a really good podcast so far.
Well, we just started.
What's going on, man?
I'm pooping, buddy.
Is this your bathroom?
No, that's my ceiling. I'm in the back. I'm right below. I'm in that little window or below that little doorway. Thank goodness. Dude, go Dawggs. How was that?
That was awesome. I was freezing cold. But
I turned it off. I fell asleep at halftime.
I didn't get home till about 2 a.m.
Where'd you go?
To the game. I was in Athens.
Oh, you went?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, well, who'd you go with?
I went with my brother and his daughter and her friend.
How'd you get tickets?
We got them on the bridge. We were just monitoring the ticket apps, and we got like 4 for about $45 each, like 5 minutes before kickoff.
Oh shit! Damn,
yeah.
I wish I flown home. I didn't do it. I could have flown home.
That's the way to do it.
I'm just gonna start. Oh, you see me? I think I'm gonna start just flying home for that game every year. Because every year, I thought this last year, I thought this year, it's like, fuck, I want to go to this game.
Well, it was Friday, so it was like Black Friday. Everyone's wearing black. It was cool. It was a great atmosphere.
It was awesome. The UJ's home field, Sanford Stadium, is so much cooler than I think pretty much any other environment. I've been watching so much college football.
Yeah, but that game is fun to just be in Atlanta because you're like on away soil, and it's just so easy.
At Tech?
Yeah. Not the environment, a bunch of dweebs, but like just being like an away fan 10 minutes from your house is easy and cool. That game was fun, but it like we were walking around downtown about 5:30, 6:30, and then right around 7 it dropped like 10 degrees to like 38.
That's what they're saying on the broadcast. On the broadcast, they're saying it was chilly, and then by the time we got to overtime, they're like, it's 15 degrees colder in here now.
Yeah, it got so cold. I had 4 layers on. I had hand warmers, beanie, gloves. But when you're in the stadium, like at downtown, it was blowing wind. So like everyone was just trying to get inside somewhere. And then it reminded me of Indianapolis, the national championship, but that was 15 or like 8 actually in for the Natty in Indy. But it was fine. It was good because once you're inside, it's like less wind, and then you have body heat from all the people. And we were like gonna leave like 3 different times. It was 20-6, and then at one point we were like
leaving. And on the broadcast, people were leaving. I watched the second half and everything in the whole game, the rest of the game this morning. Right before I text everybody, and there were people leaving when they were down 14 with whatever it was, like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we talked about it. We were like, if Georgia doesn't score quick here on this next drive, let's just go. And actually, a little fight broke out 2 rows in front of us. And Nicole, my brother's daughter, we were watching it. And we were like, this is kind of funny because it was this kid's mom, a Tech fan, and she was like drunk and feisty and flicking this Georgia guy off. And he was like, "You're a pussy." They were both yelling to each other, "You're a pussy, you're a pussy." And then the kid who was pushing his mom, he was like, "Mom, fucking stop. Stop." We were like, holy shit. He was like shoving his mom.
How old was the kid?
It's probably like 25. And the mom was like 60, but she was
funnier.
Dude, it was wild. And
like
so
some kid who's like in this alcoholic mom, but 25-year-old kid.
Yeah. he was like kind of, yeah, and he was like throwing elbows at her. Everyone was kind of like mortified. Like I thought it was the fight between the mom and the son, but then and then someone else was like, no, it's that UGA friend in front of them has been talking shit to them the whole time. And so Nicole, my brother's daughter, and her friend were like completely, they were kind of over the game. It's been 4 hours. They were completely invested in that. So when Tech scored, my brother was like, if we don't respond, like, let's just plan on leaving in a minute because it was like the third or fourth or something. And then Nicole was like, no, I want to stay and watch what happens with this fight. So we couldn't get her to leave. So we ended up staying. And we're on the way out of the game after 3 more hours later. We were like, thank God you didn't want to leave because we would have left. It was
Dude,
funny.
how long was the overtime? All of those overtimes together.
The game broke a record for length. There were 9 overtimes is the record for game wise, but this was 8. But it was like that we got out of there about 12:20, and the game started at 7:30. So it was like over 5 hours, and it was I mean, it was wild. It was just fucking wild. The GBI came in at the end of that story and brought them. It was really weird. So the GBI came, like these 3 officers, and escorted everyone, the mom and her sons and the UGA guy. They all were getting booed down, up the aisle. Probably 20 minutes later, they all come back. They all come back and they're not speaking to each other. And then when the game kept dragging on, they like made amends. So they're like hugging, and the mom is like rubbing this UGA fan's back, like as if he's her own son. It was bizarre. We're all like clapping, like oh, and like because everyone was kind of emotionally like drained from the 7, 8 overtimes, from the ups and downs. A lot of people had left and come back. So it was a scene, dude. It was a great game. At the end of the day, like our eyes were like, all right, this game, whether we win or lose, we got a chance to lock in a bye with the SEC championship. So how much does it matter? Like, I don't know. Now it's the vice versa. We did win, so now the SEC championship matters, but doesn't because
What
we're
does
in.
it matter? Why?
Yeah, so if we win the SEC championship against A&M or Texas, we get home field and a bye, which is a great thing to have. But if we lose, consensus is we're in anyway. Now that we beat Tech, so because they don't want to punish the loser, they want to make sure that there's not a standard where you want to tank, so you avoid that game. So they're saying you cannot punish the loser of the SEC championship. You can't make someone play an extra game and then have that knock them out of the playoffs. Because why the hell would we ever want to even go to that game?
Yeah.
So, so yeah, it matters. You want home field. You want to buy. You want to rest up. Kirby Smart with a buy is pretty dangerous, but at the same time, it just sucks. We have to play one more game, than everybody else. So,
Yeah. They just played 9 overtimes. Or not really 9 overtimes. I was probably the equivalent of what, like 3 NFL overtimes or something. Because they're
well,
just going.
my brother and I didn't know that they changed the rules, the overtime rule. It used to be 3 regular over like 25-yard line plays, and then you have to go for 2 after
Yeah.
that. But did you see what it is now? You just get 1 regular possession from the 25 each, and then it's just 2-point conversions. So
You get two
you get
25, two
no,
possessions.
you get 1. Each
One?
team, each
It's
team
two.
gets no, each team gets the ball in the 25, and then we did and they did. We kicked our extra point. They kicked their extra point, and then we saw Tech was, um, what happened? They were going. Oh no, I don't remember. Whatever happened. Um, what happened? Tech was going for 2, and we were like, "Holy crap, they're going for 2!" And it was like 4. I can't remember the score, but we stopped them, and then we scored, and it was tie game, and we were like, kick the extra point, we win the game. And we lined up for, maybe it was 2, maybe you're right, maybe it is 2, because then we lined up to go for 2, and we were like, the score was tied. We were like, what are you doing? Kick the extra point and go. Why are we trying to put a stamp? We were shocked. I can't remember the exact specifics. We were like, why are they not kicking the extra point? And then other people around us were like, yeah, it's the new rules. And we were like, oh. My brother said he
Dude,
could have
that
sworn.
game was fucking insane.
I know, it was wild. It
It's
was
like
wild.
at that point, it's like it's like PKs.
Yeah, it is exactly. And it was
It's
just interesting
like
how we
what
were
are the chances that they miss a PK, they miss a PK? When they make it, they make it. It was like
exactly.
chances for either.
Exactly. Every time they stopped us, we stopped them, and that was wild. And then all kinds of targeting calls that weren't, and like the officiating people have all kinds of problem with. We didn't have a good vantage point of targeting, and pass interference. Something we saw a couple times not called. or called on their. I don't know. Everyone's mad at everyone. You know, Georgia fans are like, "That's bullshit." We had like the minute 30 left in regulation. Were you watch? Did you see when there was a minute 30 left and Haynes King, their quarterback, fumbled the ball? Dan Jackson, our white safety, hit him, and it was a
Yeah.
great hit. And it was like, "Oh my god, we have a chance!" It was 27-20. We ended up scoring and going to overtime, but because
That
he
was correct.
fumbled.
Yeah, true.
But if you look at everyone's talking about that play, apparently he led with the helmet and it smashed the ball out. So I don't know. I mean, we were already most of the fans were resigned. But
When that ball popped out, that like it just rolled around on the ground. I saw it in slow motion, but it rolled around the ground for like it felt like 2 or 3 seconds, and it was just there.
we had
And
no idea. We were like, what?
like rolled over to like where the left guard was, and they were all just like, no one knew where the ball was. No one even knew the ball was out for like 3 seconds, and then the guard just fell on top of it.
Yeah, we didn't know either. I mean, someone was like, "We got the ball." We're like, "We got the ball." And then there was like a long timeout looking at that. There was like a long official timeout, like 4 minutes. The temperature was dropping. We were like, "Fucking say something." This is it. And then we little did we know we had another hour and a half there after that play that we were going to be standing there. It was fucking. It was crazy. These overtime. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like bullshit. I don't know. I see, but it's not real football. It's just like here's the ball from the two. Like stop them.
At some point, especially the college kids, it's like, dude, you can't have these guys fucking playing
Yeah,
like 10
yeah,
games of football.
yeah, yeah. And then now we have to,
Oh,
play
Tech
the.
had 3 concussions in
Yeah. So everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Every time some a tech guy was on the ground, every 2 seconds there was another
yeah,
guy.
like it's their Super Bowl, and it's like it's like these nerds all hyped up on Mountain Dew Code Red, just like flailing angrily at like big athletes, and they're just like running head first into these like
Yeah,
athletes.
they play NCAA 25. Like this is what you do. But it
It's
was
like
cool. Yeah, we didn't get home till like 2 a.m. and I fell asleep in the car ride. My brother drove. I was just everyone. It was tough, man. It was a long day, but it was awesome. It was one of the coolest games you could ever go.
Was that the your favorite sporting event you ever went to?
No, number one was Indianapolis.
Oh,
Uh, Number two was probably the Rose Bowl, Georgia, Oklahoma. That was absolutely unbelievable. That was Oklahoma, Georgia. That was Chubb and all those guys.
yeah.
Sony
The problem with a game like that is for was it a 5 hour game or something? For 4 hours and 59 minutes of it, you're like, what the fuck are we doing? Getting our asses not asses beat, but like losing to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I
It was
expected it to be close. I knew it's always close. I knew this it was going to be even more close because I think Tech's actually pretty good. They've beaten some good teams. And
well, they beat Miami, and I don't think they're frauds, and they beat FSU, who are frauds. I don't know. Outside of that, I don't know who they've beaten, but
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Tech wasn't just a pushover, and it's their Super Bowl. And like, what's for me
yeah,
all about with they're kids, dude. So it's all about motivation. And with a team like Georgia, it's like every week you're going to play fucking a top 10 team, then you're going to put like Morehead State, and then a top 10 team, then another top 10 team. And it's like, oh, we got the SC championship. It's like, where's these of a bunch of 20-year-old kids? Where's their focus? A
yeah,
100-year-olds like all have to be on the same page. And they have
uh,
that
yeah.
thinking about like the NFL draft coming up. They're thinking about how they've got 4 more or 3 more games potentially in the playoffs. It's like this Tech game just sits like right in the middle where yeah, you want to get through it and you want to win it, but it's just there's no way those guys can come out with the same level of motivation as all the Georgia Tech players.
That's the hardest thing for these coaches. How do you motivate? I mean, that goes for any sport, except for baseball. I guess you can't really but like for football, even in the pros, like how do you motivate guys to put their bodies on the line? Because it's so physical.
Yeah.
Like that's your livelihood. It's your future. You're smashing up against a 300-pound guy. Like that's for what?
Yep.
Um, yeah, but honestly, I don't. Are we a national championship caliber team? Yeah, I don't know.
I think the good news is with like the new era of college football, all in the money. I feel like the talent is getting so dispersed that there are no like dominant teams anymore. So I think we're just as good as anybody else. I don't think like
Yeah,
Ohio State.
any given day, like Ohio State, Oregon, Ohio State today. I don't know. Last I checked, it was 10-10.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna watch all these fucking games.
Yeah, Ohio State's down by 40, but
Okay.
no, I'm just kidding.
I don't think anyone's that good. Like I don't think there's any dominant team. So I think as long as you get in the playoff, you're in. And I think once again going back to motivation, it's like I think all these dudes, all of the coaches, all season, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the playoff, not looking towards the Georgia Tech game. Whereas all the Georgia Tech players, they know at the end of their season they have Georgia. No matter what, they have Georgia. And for Georgia, it's just like this next little fucking like mosquito.
Hurdle. Yeah.
Next game. And for Tech, it's everything. So I think once they're in the playoffs, they're gonna the issue is gonna be the SEC championship. Like you can
Yeah.
be just like rest the starters.
I know you don't get that bye, but yeah, it's almost like, yeah, especially because it'll probably be Texas
You
for the
know?
second time. And then there's a chance we play Texas again in the playoffs. Like there's a good possibility we play them 3 times. Not a good possibility, but if the way things shake out, we might play Texas three damn times.
It'll be
Um,
A&M. A&M wins.
yeah, but Texas favored by 5. It is on the road. I mean, yeah, it could go either way, but
I'll take A&M.
Texas is a good.
Wager?
What?
Do you want to put a wager on it?
Well, no, yeah, I'll do that. What, straight up?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, no, I get the 5.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I would just go on Bovada if I wanted. Why would I bet you? Why would I not just go on Bovada?
3.
I don't even want to take the bet. It was your idea. I think it's a close call, but if you want to go straight up, I'll take Texas. The point is that Texas fans were looking at this Georgia game like, please win, because that's the only win they have is us. So we lose to Tech and we're a 3-loss team. It's like, what do you?
Yeah, that's the issue about all this, dude. It's like, how do you rate like a team like Indiana? Or I watched Boise State game last night. It's like
What was that game like? I didn't see any of it.
they haven't beat anyone. Like, dude, it is 10. I'm not fucking head coach Mike McDonald, but you can see that it's like different level of football. Like it looks like MLS versus Premier League or something. Like I don't know what the other comparisons are. It's not high school to college, obviously, but like Boise State versus Oregon State versus
Well,
fucking Alabama UGA is 2 different levels.
well, it's funny. I mean, you're talking about Boise State. They were the hallmark for that. Remember that Oklahoma game, the Statue of Liberty, all that shit, the proposal.
I don't know, watching them. Kellen Moore.
Yeah, did we watch that at like Mike's house? We were either at Zuckerman's house or Mike's house in the basement or something. I remember being in someone's basement watching that game, being like, "Holy shit!" Maybe even Carly Bennett, somebody's house. We were at. I just remember being somewhere I wasn't. Like I have glimpses of it. Do you remember?
No, I
Yeah, I just remember being like, "Holy shit!"
y'all maybe Ryan Nixon?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Mike McDonald's house where we had most of our fun times. So we're just hanging out with Mike and just being best.
Probably you're not there right now.
Yeah, no, Mike called me right before.
Well,
Right.
like, you want to come watch the Seahawks game with me?
He's so annoying with that. Like, I left you. You never get the will call tickets. I leave you. I'm like, Mike, Ryan, dude, I got kids. He doesn't understand. Like,
Yeah, he doesn't get it, but he might get it because I heard that he might start to understand.
he has
Like
a pregnant.
you, man, like you. I think he's pregnant.
How did you hear that, Siobhan?
No, I want to confirm with Siobhan on my phone. I lost my phone. It's somewhere around here. That's why I texted everyone on the like a different group. I listened to his he has a weekly radio show with Brock Heward.
Weekly?
Yeah, it's like 20 it's on YouTube or something, and it's like 20 minutes. I listen to all his shit, dude. It's like a 25-minute radio show, and I listen to his press conferences. Anyway, in this one, they just like nonchalantly mention what is the context of it? Something to do with kids, or do you like Thanksgiving? Do you like Thanksgiving? No, I like Christmas. I don't know. Somehow that led to kids. And they just nonchalantly like, well, when the baby comes or something, I don't remember.
Mike said that.
He didn't say it. No, they said it. Like the guy Brock Hewitt, remember he used to be backup for the Seahawks,
Yeah.
and his like the radio guy, his like partner who's like the radio guy, they just like nonchalantly mentioned it to Mike, and Mike's like, yeah, I hope he doesn't come on a Sunday or something like that.
So she's pregnant. I mean, that's worth a text right now. Like, hey,
Text him right when I heard it. I texted him.
What'd he say?
I don't know. He usually takes like a week. He gets back to me like, minimum. We're not like texting back and forth like lol, like, oh man, I hope here's some cute clothes.
Check out this clip of a funny meme. Yeah.
I text
Always thought about you.
he'll text me like on 2 days later. And this last week he texted me. I think it was maybe the first text I've gotten that was like like a like a copy paste mass response. It was very generic, like, oh, just getting around to my text. Love getting texts like these. Happy Thanksgiving.
Insert name. And he left it in there.
No, it felt very much like that because it was like the longest he had taken to respond. And I think it might have been like a week or something. And then it was like very generic. I was like, but then
That's
I texted him that clip of him going, like doing the Tiger Woods.
he's like cool. Yeah. Who are they playing? They play the who are they playing tomorrow?
Jets, baby. On the road.
In New York, yeah. DK's playing, Lockett's playing. Mike's getting in some hot water with these injury designations. People are upset about that.
Happening.
He's just been doing it all. I think Pete Carroll did it too, but it's like the guys up until like Thursday or Friday, they're listed as questionable with a this or that. And then all of a sudden they're just healthy. And he does it, and people have no idea. And then that affects betting markets, that affects fantasy football, which is a big money thing for the NFL. So like you can't do that. You got to be forthright about your injuries. So he's been in some water. So or not him, but people are like, what the hell?
I think it's good gamesmanship. I think it's good coaching.
No, it's by the book. He's not doing anything wrong. So who cares? But fans care. DraftKings cares.
Our fantasy team cares.
Roger Goodell cares. Whatever. It's by the book.
He's very in his press conferences. He's like always very coy about injuries. He's like very coach speak. He does a great job. Like I really think he does. Fucking my whole thing was always I don't know how he's gonna handle being like the CEO of an organization versus like obviously X's and O's and all that shit. And I think ability to rate with players. Not that I like know him as an adult or as a coaching professional, but from what I know as him as a fucking child or adolescent. And obviously, what you see, what he's done with the Ravens, he's going to have the X's and O's down. He's going to have the relationship with the players down. This is a question of like being a CEO of an organization, dealing with kind of like for me, I would think of like the bullshit aspects of it, dealing with the media, and I think he handles it great. He's like super. I think he does a great job of balancing like candor and relatability and personality. Like he seems like a dude with like the coach speak and not giving the right answer, like not giving the information that might help the opponent, that type of shit.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's a smart guy.
Leader. Well, I knew he was a smart guy. I guess I didn't know, and I knew he was a leader of like our peer group. I just didn't know if he was
right. He's really young, and it's tough to lead. He's 35, 36, and he's got
yeah.
Yeah, and he's in a way higher profile status than guys twice his age. Even guys under him, not just players are probably under him, but they have to buy in. That's so hard. It's part of the motivation. Like you have to buy in. And there was all that like when they were going.
I'm just saying, grab my chart. My computer's about that.
Cool. Here I am. Here I am.
Go ahead, keep going. You're going. I'm right here. Keep going.
No, I just feel like like motivation and buy-in and when they were going through that stretch where I think they lost 3 in a row, it was kind of like the stuff on X, the fanfare was like, is he losing the locker room? Do they trust Mike? And now they're winning again. It's like, oh yeah, it'll go up and down. I guess that's how it is early on. He hasn't earned the constant affirmation that he'll get later in his career, but right now he has to go through that, and I'm sure he's fine with that. He got a lot of criticism at Michigan and with Baltimore during the downs. I remember because I was tracking like when he was hired as DC of the Ravens. I was watching just trying to look at box scores, how the defense was doing, and going on like Twitter and stuff and seeing all the fire coach Mike. He's bummed. Our defense is not any different than Wink Martindale. He's not doing anything different. He's got to change it up. This and that. all of a sudden they start winning, and now they're devastated that they lost him because they're Baltimore's defense. Well, at least pass defense is garbage now under I think it's Jesse Minter or something like that.
I
That
think it's like protege.
isn't it. Jesse Minter is the guy he worked with at Michigan. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, I mean, yeah, he's done a great job, and it's hard to watch Falcons games and be like, what were you thinking? Like, no disrespect to Raheem.
Oh yeah, dude, that's so true, man. I don't think about that. How badass would it be if he was the Falcons coach?
He's in a second round interview with Raheem Morris, with Bill Belichick and Mike McDonald. So somehow Arthur Blank looked at the hometown kid in the eye and said, "You're not our guy. I'm going with the retread." Raheem Morris, who's like been around the block and everything, but he's not. Mike is a 5-year hire. Raheem Morris is a 2 to 3 year hire. It's like, how are we going to do it?
6-year contract.
The what?
I think Mike's on a 6-year contract.
It's 6 years, $9 million a year.
What?
And I think Raheem Morris got like half that. I don't know if it was a money thing, but I mean, come on, Arthur.
Dude, you know what it is.
What? Because he's the DEI thing.
DEA? He's in what? DEI?
DEI. What you think it's the same reason we traded Luka Doncic for Trae Young?
Yes, it's the exact same shit, dude. There's this weird pressure with Atlantic sports teams to like woo the black audience or whatever. Obviously, the Braves.
I don't know. I don't know ticket and merch breakdowns, but maybe that's the play. Maybe they have the analytics on who's going to these games, who's spending money on good seats, and who's buying merch, and I don't know. Maybe they saw that that's the population they need to attract. And if that's the case, then why didn't we go all in on Lamar Jackson when those trade rumors were gone, or even Deshaun Watson, which we did, and still dodged a bullet there, yeah. But
I think it's just the general culture of the time, right? I think in Atlanta and in Georgia specifically, it's a very contentious, not like it's like negative or anything, but it's like it's a purple state, right? So I think that's like part of it. And I think I think the other thing is like the Mike Vick effect. I think the like greatest time in modern Atlanta sports history, other than like Braves championships, but really like the whole city and particularly the black population of the city really got behind the sports team was Mike Vick's heyday.
yeah,
I think they're constantly like re-looking to reignite that where it's not just Braves in the suburbs, right? Or Georgia football. It's like the whole city together. I'm not saying it's I think it's stupid in terms of I understand it. I think it's dumb in terms of like team building, right? Because I really do think that's a huge reason why they did Trae Young, Luka Doncic. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys also was going around like Atlanta Spirit Group, Bruce Levinson, and he made those comments about Luol Deng, and then Danny, or maybe it was Danny Ferry, the GM of the Hawks, the guy who was able to dump. The guy who was able to dump Joe Johnson's or like Marvin, I think it was Marvin's contract. Maybe it's Marvin and Joe. Anyway, something impossible to get out of. Danny Ferry does it. And then because of some comments he made, they fire, he gets fired. And so does Bruce Levinson. He just, I don't know, the whole thing. And then we make that trade. And the rest is history. Can you imagine? I mean, I don't know. Can you imagine if whatever? Well, I mean, Trey's been good. I thought he was going to be good. We did a podcast like 8 years ago, and I was like, I promise you, Trae Young's going to be better than Luka. Probably missed on that, but he's good.
That was I led with that. I led our podcast with that. And you're adamant about Trae Young. Like, I don't know.
I mean, the dude was putting up 30 in college.
There's a lot of people that put up 30 in college.
30? No. College.
Wore shorts to the draft, like a short suit, and he looks like a baby. He looks like an old man baby.
No, he looks like a respectable gentleman. Oh, hey, buddy. We got an awake boy here. Let me see if I can.
That was a bigger boy.
Are you awake?
Yeah.
You smell like poop?
No.
Yeah, you do. So the Jack went to go see Moana with some.
Jack, he smells his finger. What are you smelling there, buddy?
Ty, what do you smell? Jack's seeing Moana, so I'm on Thai duty. Oh, don't eat it. That's yuck. What do you want to say? Hey, look.
You're a handsome gentleman, Ty. You really are.
What do you want to say to Alex?
Come on.
You want to say something?
Go Dawggs.
You want to call the dogs? Who's that? You say go.
Who's this kid? Who's this guy? Ty, I'm sorry. I should have come out there this Thanksgiving to see you. But I was kind of looking forward to a chill Thanksgiving here at the home.
Tell Alex what you did at
I'm
Thanksgiving.
coming next year. I'll come next year for Thanksgiving and your dad's birthday and Tech, Georgia. I promise.
Oh yeah, we'll get rowdy in Atlanta with Hunter and all his little stinger friends. Like Brian and Clay, maybe TJ.
Oh, that was your birthday. That's right. I haven't seen any Hunter's crew in a long time.
Yeah, they're doing good. What do you want to say, Ty?
What about what? Sorry, is there something there?
Do you want to say something to Alex? Anything. What's your favorite color? What's your name? What's his name?
What's your brother's name?
Yeah, who is your brother? Who's your brother?
Who's your dad?
Where's your dad? This is my guy right here.
That's your favorite.
No, he's got his own issues.
Don't we all, Ty?
This age is so hard, my God. Like I'm happy that Jack's 4. I'm kind of out of like the he can take care of himself kind of thing. And then you have another boy and you just restart all that stuff again. You what? You want to get out?
It's a good idea.
But anyway,
His brothers,
I got home at 2:30 and I'm just exhausted. And now I gotta watch kids all day. That's the thing that you don't have to worry about. It's just like you have free time. That's what I do all day. I just walk around.
that's true.
I just follow him around like this is my day. I could go to the gym. I could be, at a bar meeting girls. I could do all that stuff right now. And instead, I'm just watching him slide down the stairs. Here we go.
Yeah, but it gives I think it's better.
You think so?
This is the journey I'm on in life, right? To try to like not just do what I'm told kind of, but to actually explore the reasons behind it or explore alternatives or whatever. So living up a bachelor life into my late 30s as opposed to settling down, like I'm looking forward to the day where I can meet a nice lady and have some kids.
Why don't you go talk to Kinga about it and just start a little family?
Because I'm looking forward to that because I can also feel in my self that same thought process that you just went through right now when you said I could be out doing this or that or at the bar or whatever. That that probably dominates, I don't know. Right now it's probably occupies like, I don't know, let's say 25% of your thinking, whereas 75% is like, oh, I fucking love my kids and my wife and this home I have here. Whereas like I'm still at a point where I'm like 70%, man, I would not be able to stay focused and I would be thinking about all the opportunity costs if I started a family right now. I wouldn't be focused enough. And I've done that enough to romantic relationships where I've strayed from the path or whatever. I could not imagine doing that with kids. I'm not trying to mess up any kid's life with my own self right now,
No, I get that. What?
I watch Blue's Clues.
You want to watch Blues
I'm gonna
Clues?
watch Ohio State, Michigan.
What about South Carolina, Clemson?
No, Blue's Clues. Oh,
Maybe we can solve Blues Clues in this.
That would be the worst part right there is this.
The
no,
Yeah, but
I love sitting down and watching fights or sports to relax during the day that much. But like at night, if I were sitting down at like 7 p.m. to watch UFC and my kids were like, I'm like, oh.
Ducks, yeah. And then I'm like, nope, you had enough Blue's Clues today. The waterworks start going, and then
Wait.
he's starting to get pissed right now.
On TV.
What are we watching right?
You don't have like a picture in picture or something?
You can do that on YouTube TV with sports. I wonder if I can pop Blue's Clues on there next to Clemson, South Carolina, State, Michigan. What are we watching right now?
But here's the thing with that. I don't know. I mean, you handle it how you want to handle it, but I'm always like the girls are always over here
Yeah.
on the weekends as well. So like I have these Saturdays all the time and Sundays too. But it's like it's less pressure, right? Because I'm not ultimately if I want to get them out, I'm like go to see your mom and dad, you know?
Yeah, dude, that's huge. It's when they're not yours.
Not my
Yeah,
actual food. I know the biggest thing is I know I have nights and mornings where I can like relax. Like I know I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. I know I'm gonna be able to sleep till when I want to sleep. That's the biggest thing. Um but when they do come over like on a Saturday night or whatever, and I'm watching UFC and they want to watch, they don't get to watch much stuff, but every now and then I'll let them watch or listen to like Peppa Pig or something. That's the thing. I don't like devices separating us. Like I'm cool if they're watching screens if we're all watching the same thing together.
right.
We're all watching fights and it's going to promote like some sort of discussion or at least like we're all focused on the same thing. But if like I don't even know if I've ever done this because I can't bring myself to do it. Like have my computer here, I'm watching fights and I like give her my phone so she can watch Peppa Pig. Nah.
Right.
That's like too I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I get that. I mean, that things change when you go to a restaurant or something and the kids can't sit still. I mean, we were not going to be those parents.
Also,
But
you know, boys. Boys would be a whole different thing. I think I would probably have a tablet for a boy.
yeah, we just got Tyus first, and we can't go to Panera or something. Like take a couple bites. I'm done. Want to get out? And we're like, well, you're not getting out. And then it's like, well, we got to leave, or we just don't go to restaurants anymore. So we got the tablet, and that's whatever. I don't care. We practice math. Jack can read. Like we do all the other stuff on the side. I don't mind. Like, and also we've come to the realization that they're at school from like 7:30 until 5:30 all day. No TVs. They're running around playground twice a day. Music. That's your crib. And then they come home, and I always have the burning feeling like, should I let them watch? But Sarah's, she's a pediatrician. She's like, yeah, they can watch an hour of TV. They just were running around all day long with their friends.
Dude, I have this conversation with parents at the playground a lot. When I talk about devices and I was in a conversation with parents about devices and screens and shit. Dude, we watched so much more TV than they did.
Yeah. But then again, are you talking about 3, 4, 5, 6? Are you talking about 8, 9, 10, 11? Like I watched so much TV between the ages of 9 and 15.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. You imagine when we were in middle
Yeah.
school?
Yeah.
You came home. I had practice some days, but a lot of days the TV was on the entire time.
Yeah.
From like 3 to 11.
Yeah.
TV was on, video games, everything.
What's on the TV?
You want to go for a walk with Dilly and have a snack?
That's
Yeah.
a better idea.
No.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Go Dogs. We got SC Championship next weekend. Doesn't really matter win or lose.
Movie.
Hawks are in the driver's seat. Not driver's seat, but the Hawks are in first place, right?
Hawks-
Good night.
I can't even Ty won't stop talking. You want to go to nighttime?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hawks are rolling. The Seahawks, the Atlanta Hawks.
Put a tablet in front of that kid's face. Give me quiet. Talk ball here.
Here we go. He wants a smoothie. I can't get 2 seconds to just like take a
It's
breath.
worse too when you don't give them their attention and you're talking to someone else.
My
and
God.
they're asking for Blues Clues. You're not getting the Blues Clues, and you're talking to me. He's gonna be like, who are you? Why are you even here?
And then all he remembers when he's 23 is like, no, my childhood. Oh my God, you have no idea. My dad was just on Zoom all the time.
Never gave me smoothies.
Yeah, Blues Clues are sweet. All right, man.
All right, brother. Love you, dog. Love you, Ty. Love you, Jack.
Love you.
You, Mama Sarah. Mwah. What's the dog's name?
Dilly.
All right, love you, Dilly. Don't go doing stuff that Lenny's dog used to do.
Joey.
Joey, jeepers, creepers. Yeah, tell me about it. Devil dog.
He's a good boy. Just it was a bad episode that I live with the rest of my life, and I grow a little stubble. Anyway,
Put that for you, Lily. You have a beautiful family.
thanks, dude. So do you. You had a great apartment. Can't wait.
It's a guest house.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
I like the like raw wood up there, like log cabin.
Like
Yeah.
the wood.
Yeah, it's not finished, but like whatever you call it.
It's how it is. It's just like LA West Coast aesthetic, bro. You know nothing about interior design.
Is one of their kids in kindergarten now, where you can't
Mom,
school, so you just watch the younger?
I watch either of them. Emmeline's in preschool.
Do they still you?
And take them to the park.
What?
I was moving. I want
A
to
walk. Remember, Ty, you're going for a walk.
move.
Well, we do smoothie walks. I make him a smoothie. I get him to go out and we walk Dilly. 2 for 1 special.
That's cool.
It's also 40 degrees, so I'm not looking forward to that, but we'll do it.
I will make it.
Okay. All right. See you, dude.
You saw me.
See ya.